Disney is sprinkling pixie dust right here in the Coachella Valley, and it's in a way that has not been seen before. Story Living by Disney is the first of its kind planned residential community. It'll be built across the street from Sunnylands on Gerald Ford and Frank Sinatra Drive between Bob Hope Drive and Monterey Avenue. The neighborhood, called Cotino, will have private homes, a hotel, entertainment, shopping, and dining, all wrapped around a 24-acre oasis.
And every time we reach a new horizon, we start to dream a little bigger, and we look for new ways to tell our stories and to connect with even more people.
The land is currently being prepared, and that process could take 6 to 8 months. Officials say construction likely won't start for another year and a half. So how did this major project come about, and what will be the impact on our valley? And was the city even aware that Disney was attached to it? I spoke in depth today with Rancho Mirage Mayor Ted Weil. Ted, first off, tell us your reaction to the new Disney project.
Oh, Peter, if I use the word amazing, I'm understating it. It's so dramatic. When you think about storytelling to story living, that's what it is with Disney. I mean, this is a division of Disney that's basically master planning home building. And it's going to be a brilliant story on a wonderful, wonderful piece of property. And I have said many times, and I said it earlier today on a prior interview, that what's good for one city benefits all cities. We all will share in the residual from having Disney in our valley. And so I'm extremely excited. So much is going to come out in the coming weeks about the development, but we're all very, very thrilled.
Is this the biggest project in Rancho Mirage history?
I think it will be. We're dealing with 1,700 homes, 400 hotel rooms, a town center that will have a number of restaurants and activities, a clubhouse, and a 24-acre swimmable lagoon with a beach club, both private and public. It will be, quite spectacular.
I think today's announcement took a lot of people by surprise. So how did this all come about, and how long has this been in the works?
Well, I wish I could say that I knew about it a long time. I learned the details of the project yesterday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, literally. Yesterday.
Why were they keeping this a secret?
Well, I think that the development company, DMB, located in Scottsdale, is a brilliant development company. They've done some wonderful projects, and they wanted to make certain that everything was in place. They obviously had been working with Disney for a long time. We've been working with DMB about the project itself, but we had no idea that Disney was going to be the developer of the project.
So just so I'm clear, you knew that something was going there through DMB, but you just didn't know the details of Disney being involved.
Exactly. Oh, yes, we were very familiar with the details because obviously this has been filed with the city of Rancho Mirage for some time. It's on our website. In other words, if you went to our website, you could see the master plan for this property, but there wouldn't be any mention of Disney. Now, just so that you're aware and your listeners are aware, Disney will have their own website so that you're going to be able to go to the website and get progress reports on what's going on. And I can tell you that we will be deluged with people that are going to be asking the following questions, which is what you will ask as well. How soon will it get started?
You took the words out of my mouth, Ted.
I'm sure of it. How soon can we see activity? Right now, there is grading going on. In other words, the land is being prepared. That grading will probably take place over the next 6 to 8 months. Realistically, you're not going to see any, home building for, I would guess, a year and a half. So much land preparation is involved here. But again, that's going to be up to Disney and their team. There's going to be a mix of products. In other words, there's going to be estate-sized lots, essentially along the Bob Hope side of the project. There will be condominiums. There will be attached. There will be one section, Peter, of age-related, 55 and older. And that will be, again, a separate gated community within the development. Keep in mind, this is 618 acres, extremely large. You know, the boundaries are basically Bob Hope to Monterey on the east and west, and Gerald Ford to Frank Sinatra on the north and south. So there's a lot going on. It will be quite spectacular. I'm going to use up all of my adjectives during the course of our conversation.
Though, Ted, I'm sure that there are going to be some folks out there who may not be excited about this, who think that maybe this is too much for Rancho Mirage. Are you anticipating any pushback?
Oh, of course. You get pushback on all development, no matter what it is. I mean, there are the normal kinds of concerns that somebody will say, well, what about traffic? What about noise? What about crime? What about, those are the things that go with development. Of course, we expect that. But I can tell you that all of those have been taken into consideration. The other, in my opinion, the question will be, gee, a 24-acre lagoon, aren't we in the middle of a water shortage? Don't we have a problem there? And I can tell you this, again, that the CVWD has given absolute assurance from the standpoint of water availability. The original lagoon was 34 acres. It's been reduced to approximately 24. We have they have in the development a double pipe system where everything is recirculated, everything is captured, all runoff water is recirculated. The system will be very sustainable, so that those kinds of questions, and rightly so, have been addressed and are being addressed regularly.
So is this Disney project a done deal, or are residents going to be able to have input on what's being developed?
No, this is a done deal. In other words, this is strictly Disney's project. Obviously, everything flows through the planning department of the city of Rancho Mirage. It has all been master planned. What I'm describing to you regarding the density, the number of hotel rooms, the size of the lagoon, et cetera, all of that has been approved by the city. Now, the rest of it, the development, is being done by Disney.
Anything else, Ted, you'd like to say about all this before we let you go?
Well, other than the fact that it's terrific and it's nice to be a part of it. You know, the city of Rancho Mirage right now, Peter, has approximately 18,300 people. We'll get questions like, aren't we going to get too big? Aren't we going to get too busy? Aren't we going to have a traffic problem, and so forth? When we're fully built out, we will have a population of 25,000. We will still be a relatively small city, even with a project like I'm describing. So to be a part of it and to see this develop is quite remarkable.
All right, Ted, as always, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Peter.